Traffic still quiet early this morning.
And lots of construction out there, Monica, so weather was allowing that. Let's get you out the door. Good morning. 42, the northbound side, some work was happening between Route 168 Sicklerville Road and heading towards 76 on the northbound side. Looks like that is cleared closer to 295. Travel time is still about 6 minutes as you're coming up from the AC Expressway to 76. So despite that work that was happening, didn't really cause much of a backup. Now there are some issues on 295 on the southbound side. An overnight crash continues to close all lanes. So it looks like this was involving a tractor trailer, which is making it a bit more difficult to clear. So between Center Square Road and Auburn, Pedricktown, all lanes on the southbound side of 295 are blocked. If you're heading towards the Delaware Memorial Bridge, this will impact you. So maybe think about using the New Jersey Turnpike instead to get around this. Now in Montgomery County, 2 early morning problems reported, one on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Accident scene here eastbound between Route 29 and the Valley Forge Service Plaza, and then 422 westbound also has a crash. That's between Trooper Road and Egypt Road. Deja looking good over the Ben Franklin Bridge. If you're heading out near the Christina River Bridge in Delaware, a broken down tractor trailer on 495 southbound. This is just before Terminal Avenue. Police are at this scene behind the tractor trailer, blocking off a right lane. So we've got 2 lanes available, and at 5:21 in the morning, this is not causing a significant delay. I think by the time they're able to clear that, we'll still be in good shape on 495. So I will keep you posted. But crossing the Delaware Memorial Bridge here, 295 southbound in Gloucester County, that is closed this morning for a tractor trailer crash. That's happening between Center Square Road and Auburn, Pedricktown. This has been closed for several hours since the overnight. Deja, over to Monica. Heading out the door, there was some construction happening in Center City. Nothing new, of course, the long-term project right around 30th Street. So 76 westbound was shut down between 30th and the Vine. That reopened just before 5 a.m. So travel times in the area looking good at about 6 minutes apiece here, eastbound and westbound between Spring Garden Street and Broad Street. In Montgomery County, 2 different accident scenes to look out for. One on 422 westbound. That's happening between Trooper Road and Egypt Road. This one on the Pennsylvania Turnpike just moved off to the shoulder eastbound between Route 29 and Valley Forge. If you're in Doylestown, Bucks County, reports of some down wires. That is shutting down Swamp Road between Easton Road and Buckingham Pike. Watching reports of a crash on the Schuylkill Expressway, so an early one out there on the eastbound side just before Girard Avenue up ahead, blocking one of the travel lanes. And even though it's before 6 a.m., still people here stuck behind this crash trying to get into Center City. It's about 26 minutes eastbound from the Blue Route to the Vine. So if you are traveling on 76, you'll start to see that traffic right by Roosevelt Boulevard. If it works for your commute, I would suggest exiting the roadway before Route 1 here to try to avoid that delay towards the Vine. Still have a crash on the Pennsylvania Turnpike eastbound off to the shoulder between Route 29 and the Valley Forge Service Plaza. 422 westbound also reporting an accident between Trooper Road and Egypt Road. If you're heading out in Chester County on Lincoln Highway, a couple different things happening. So Lincoln Highway crash reported right by Nova Way. And then I just got word that Route 30 heading out by Route 10 looks like there's another crash. So really close in distance to this one. That's causing some traffic.
We're already seeing some issues.
Yeah, it's actually really busy early this morning, Monica. So lots happening on the roadways. Let's get to it. Schuylkill Expressway. One of the bigger problems out there, eastbound crash right now before Girard Avenue, causing significant delays back past Montgomery Drive. So if you're heading towards Center City, that travel time is about 42 minutes right now. Definitely not what you want to see right after 6 a.m. Excuse me. Most of that traffic here between Roosevelt Boulevard heading down towards Montgomery Drive. So leave yourself plenty of time there if you're going to find yourself on that stretch of 76. Now there is also a new problem on City Avenue, so maybe someone tried to bail here off of this delay and found themselves in some problems by Monument Road because it's just off of the Schuylkill Expressway. So if you are getting off of 76 for City Avenue, also some problems there. In Chester County, they just shut down Route 30 eastbound heading towards Coatesville. Reports of a crash involving a truck and a tractor trailer between Route 10 and Lincoln Highway. Also got a crash out there on Route 100. That's happening right by Route 23, not far from Phoenixville. Deja, over to you on the roadways this morning, Monica. So let's start with the Schuylkill Expressway eastbound. Only one lane of traffic is able to get by right now before Girard Avenue for a crash heading into Center City. And right now, travel time's over an hour on 76. So that is eastbound from the Blue Route to the Vine, with the biggest delays between Roosevelt Boulevard and Girard Avenue. So try to avoid that area if you can. If you're going to get off at City Avenue, know that City Ave southbound and a crash reported there right by Presidential Boulevard. So I think people are trying to look for other ways to get out of this traffic, and now some traffic developing because of that. On 95 southbound at the Betsy Ross Bridge, reports of police activity. You can see it there on the camera. So 95 is also backed up about 45 minutes from Woodhaven Road to the Vine, all the way through construction. Right after Academy Road, you'll start to see some of that traffic. And on the Blue Route 476, looks like we've got an accident here southbound before Ridge Pike, off to the shoulder, but involving a tractor trailer, so it's still going to be tight. And with police officers at that scene, everyone is really slowing down passing that. If you're in Gloucester County on 295 in South Jersey, roadway is closed right now from an overnight crash involving a tractor trailer between Center Square Road and Auburn-Pedricktown heading for the Delaware Memorial. I would use the New Jersey Turnpike instead.
Morning.
Monica, it's been real busy out there for the morning commute. I'm watching the Schuylkill Expressway right now. Still have an eastbound crash out there before Girard Avenue, blocking all but one lane. So obviously that's a mess at this time of the morning. About 105 minutes coming down the eastbound side between the Blue Route and the Vine. So now delays stretching back to Gladwin. Of course, as the morning rolls on, those delays are stretching further and further up 76 eastbound. So if you're heading out soon, I would try to exit well before Belmont Avenue to stay out of that mess. 95 police activity southbound by the Betsy Ross Bridge. Here's another big delay at 53 minutes from Woodhaven Road to the Vine. And it looks like on the Blue Route southbound, that crash that was off to the shoulder before Ridge Pike, hoping they were able to clear that one. Still some residual delays in the area, but no longer focusing on that crash. So I am thinking they're wrapping that up right now. I'll send you for the morning commute. 76, still watching this crash heading towards the city, although the sunrise looks like it's going to be beautiful. So maybe that's the positive. Just before Girard Avenue, the crash is blocking off a right lane. So right now it's about 46 minutes from the Blue Route to the Vine. That traffic really starts back towards Gladwin, then pretty solid all the way down towards Girard Avenue. 95 also report that's about 71 minutes now, so very backed up through construction all the way towards Academy Road in Northeast Philly. Over an hour as you're coming into Center City. So 76 and 95, both are majors towards the Vine, seeing big problems this morning. 295 southbound, that is shut down here in Gloucester County between Center Square Road and Auburn-Pedricktown. That's an overnight crash involving a tractor trailer, so New Jersey Turnpike. I would use that instead if you're heading towards the Delaware Memorial Bridge. And here, heading towards the Ben Franklin Bridge, Route 130 northbound, right after North Park Drive, reports of a crash there. That is blocking off two of the right lanes. Kelsey, over to you.
Those roadways, Thursday might be the active morning, but you're saying it's already busy.
Yeah, this morning's been very active, Monica. So a lot of issues still out there on the roadways, and unfortunately our Philly majors are in the mix. Found earlier problems by Girard Avenue persist. It's been a long time here that this crash has been underway in a right lane, so very heavy back past Roosevelt Boulevard as you're coming into the city. Nearly 45 minutes from the Blue Route to the Vine. It has improved the travel time, so I'm hoping they've gotten most of the activity off to the shoulder, but still very heavy there heading into Center City from the Blue Route. 95 southbound, earlier police activity cleared by the Betsy Ross Bridge, but now a secondary problem popped up. Looks like a minor accident within that delay from the earlier police activity. It's about 52 minutes from Woodhaven Road to the Vine, so just as heavy pretty much as the Schuylkill Expressway, both of those roadways leading towards the Vine. 295 if you're in Burlington County, northbound crash here before Route 38. Off to the shoulder for the most part, but it is involving an overturned car, so people are slowing down as they're passing. Monica, heading out the door, some big improvements since the last time you saw me. 95, the southbound broken down car heading out by the Betsy Ross Bridge has cleared. So some better movement on the roadway, but still pretty heavy coming into Center City at about 53 minutes from Woodhaven Road to the Vine. So yes, I'm happy it's cleared, but you're still going to need lots of time there, especially through the work zone. Also cleared the crash on the Schuylkill Expressway eastbound before Girard Avenue. All lanes there are back open. And surprisingly enough, this travel time has rebounded very quickly. It's about 29 minutes from the Blue Route to the Vine, so that's much better compared to the over-hour commute we were seeing not long ago. On the westbound side, it's about 25 minutes as you're heading out towards the Blue Route. And good news continues here in South Jersey. 295 southbound just reopened, so that's why we're still seeing this goose egg here, but it is back open between Center Square Road and Auburn Pedricktown. There was an earlier crash that happened many hours ago overnight involving a tractor trailer. They just were able to clear that up, so if you're heading towards the Delaware Memorial Bridge, you can use 295 southbound, but maybe still think about using the turnpike just to avoid any residual traffic.
Traffic, good morning.
Monica, good morning. Beautiful sunrise right now over 76. So yes, some sun glare will be with us, but happy to say eastbound delays no longer there by Girard Avenue after a pretty long morning. There was a lot of issues. Crash out there was closing all but one lane for a good amount of time. We have since recovered. It's about 25 minutes as you're coming into the city from the Blue Route to the Vine, just under a half hour on the westbound side. Also cleared is that broken down vehicle on 95 southbound by the Betsy Ross Bridge. Still pretty heavy here at about 51 minutes from Woodhaven Road to the Vine. So anywhere near the construction zone, that's where the residual delay is lingering. Back past Academy Road, heading towards Cottman Avenue, that's when you'll really start to hit the brakes. New in South Jersey on 295 northbound, crash out there at Route 70. Looks like 2 lanes of traffic able to squeeze by this one, but still about a half hour from 42 as you're heading to Route 73. Deja, over to you.